Good morning students. We are learning from the last lecture the numericals, that is the problem based on the ionic product and solubility product. We are learning the chapter number 3 and this is the topic, that is the solubility product and ionic product, how they are related and if the precipitation is occur or not occur, what are the condition to occur the precipitation. In the last lecture we learned that there must be ionic product greater than the solubility product, then there will be formation of precipitation. If such condition is there in the solution the precipitation is occur. So this is problem 3.13. Into that what is given? If 20.0 centimeter cube, that means 20 centimeter cube of 0.050 molar, that means only 0.05 molar, this 0 is having the no value. Barium nitrate are mixed with 20 centimeter cube of 0.02 molar NaF. There are the two solutions, both have the volume 20 centimeter cube and their concentrations are given in molar. The solutions are barium nitrate and sodium chloride. The concentration of barium nitrate is given 0.50 molar and concentration of sodium chloride is given 0.20 molar. Will BaF2 precipitate? That means BaF2 precipitate out or not? Ksp for BaF2 is 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 6. The value of solubility constant is given of barium chloride, that is 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 6 at 298 Kelvin, and they ask us if the barium chloride will precipitate out or not. That means here we have to show that if this ionic product of BaF2 is greater than the value of this solubility product, then there will be the precipitation. Now how we calculate the ionic product? The formula of ionic product is the same as that of the formula of the solubility product, but as there are the two different solutions, they mix together, their volume gets double that solution. So final volume of solution is 20 plus 20, that is equal to 40 centimeter cube. Why 20 plus 20? Because both the solution have the volume 20 centimeter cube. So the final volume of that solution after mixing these two solutions is 40 centimeter cube. Why we mix these two solutions? Because on mixing this barium nitrate and sodium chloride, there is formation of this barium chloride. Then barium chloride is formed after the reaction of these two, and therefore on mixing this solution, the final volume of the solution becomes 40 centimeter. Now we have to calculate the concentration of ions in 40 centimeter cube volume, and these concentrations are given into the 20 centimeter cube of that. Now we know that in the barium nitrate there are the barium ions and in the NaF there are the chloride ions. So concentration of BaNO3 twice is given, that is equal to 0.050 into 20 divided by 40. Why we do in this way? Because the concentration 0.050 is in 20 centimeter cube, but we want in the 40 centimeter cube. As there is that is cross multiplication, that means 0.050 correspond to 20, then 40 correspond to how many, and that is calculated as 0.025 molar. Now this is the or you directly this 0.050 which is the concentration, you may divide this concentration by 2 because the volume is double. So by dividing the concentration by 2 also we obtain this value, remember that, or you can do in this. So the concentration of NaF is now first 0.020 in the 20 centimeter cube, and now we want it 40 centimeter cube. So divide it by 40, then you obtain this value. Or you directly divide this 0.020 by 2 because the volume doubles, the concentration becomes half. In the 3.11 problem we learn about that. Now, as these are the concentration of this barium nitrate and Na becomes after mixing the solution. So the concentration of the Ba ions and NaF ions are same in that is the solution which is obtained by mixing these two solutions. So the barium ion have the concentration 0.25 molar and chloride ion have the concentration 0.010 molar. Now ionic product IP of BaF2 is given as how the formula becomes as the in the BaF2 how it ionizes, it gives 1 Ba ions and 2 F minus ion. So the formula of ionization product, that is ionic product, is equal to concentration of Ba2 plus into concentration of F minus bracket raised to 2. Because why these two? Because there are the 2 chloride ions. So the powers of the chloride ion here 2. Now after substituting the values of the concentration of these two ions, the ionic product, now we know that the concentration of Ba2 plus ion is 0.025 now, which is the new concentration after mixing the solution. And the concentration of F minus ion is 0.010 bracket square here because chloride have the 2 ions. And therefore after multiplication of this, after squaring of this, the value of ionic product comes 2.5 into 10 raised to minus 6. Now what is the value of Ksp given? Ksp is equal to 1.7 into 10 raised to minus 6 is given. Now as these are the same but this value 2.5 is more than 1.7. So it is which is Ksp is less than the ionic product, that is the solubility product is less than ionic product, that means ionic product is greater than the solubility product. As ionic product is greater than solubility product, BaF2 will be precipitated from the solution, and they ask us will the BaF2 precipitate or not, then we can say that the BaF2 will be precipitated from the solution because ionic product is greater than solubility product. Now student, let us learn the new, that is the concept or new topic, that is the common ion effect, which is very important, common ion effect. Now what is this common ion effect, how it is defined? Let us see first the definition. Common ion effect is states as the ionization of weak electrolyte. The ionization of weak electrolyte is suppressed means decreased in presence of a strong electrolyte. That means if we mix weak electrolyte and strong electrolyte, then the ionization of the weak electrolyte becomes suppressed or decreased. Already the ionization of weak electrolyte is less, but if we add the strong electrolyte into that, its ionization becomes also less and less, or becomes decrease and decrease, it gets suppressed. But what is the condition? Containing an ion common to the weak electrolyte. That means the ionization of the weak electrolyte is suppressed in the presence of the strong electrolyte containing an ion common to the weak electrolyte. That means that strong electrolyte must have one ion common as that of the weak electrolyte. Then and then the ionization of the weak electrolyte becomes suppressed. That is why this effect is called as the common ion effect. The ionization of the weak electrolyte gets suppressed by addition of the strong electrolyte into that containing an ion which is common to that of the weak electrolyte. Now let us we explain this common ion effect by taking an example. Now see what is the example is given and how that is the ionization of that weak electrolyte gets suppressed. Now first take the screenshot and write down the notes in a beautiful handwriting. Now let us learn the example of this common ion effect. Now again pay attention students on the blackboard. We are learning the common ion effect. In common ion effect, what is there or what is the statement or definition of common ion effect? That is, the dissociation of the weak electrolyte becomes suppressed by addition of the strong electrolyte containing one common ion. That means the weak electrolyte is already very weak, it dissociates very less extent, but if we add into that a strong electrolyte containing one of the common ion, the dissociation or ionization of that weak electrolyte gets suppressed. That means it do not ionize more, and that is the common ion effect. And this is we learn by taking the example of the acetic acid, which is the weak acid, and the salt, sodium acetate, as it is a salt, it dissociates completely, it is the strong electrolyte. And what will be happen? Let's learn. Consider a solution of weak acid, acetic acid, and its soluble ionic salt, sodium acetate, having common acetate ions. To that both there is the acetate ions are common. Now this acetic acid is the weak acid, so it dissociates very slightly. Therefore there are the double head arrows between the equilibrium of this acetic acid and its ions. So acetic acid ionizes as CH3COOH minus H plus H plus H. But this dissociation is already very less, as acetic acid is the weak acid. Now if we add into that the sodium acetate, which is a salt, so it is the strong electrolyte, that is dissociate almost completely, that is 100% it dissociates. So this sodium acetate is ionizes as there are only one headed arrow, that means it 100% ionized, it is the strong electrolyte. It gives this acetate ion plus Na plus ion, CH3CO minus plus Na. Now this acetate ion are excess in a large proportion. Due to that, what happened? These acetate ion again reacts with this H plus, which are into that solution, and they forms the acetic acid again. According to the Le Chatelet's principle, what happened? If we increase in this side the acetate ion concentration by addition of this sodium acetate, then what happened? The reverse reaction takes place. That means acetate ion again reacts with H plus ion, and there is the formation of undissociated acetic acid. That means what? The dissociation of acetic acid get depressed or suppressed or decreased. Now that is the common ion effect. So there is high concentration of this acetate ions. Then according to Le Chatelet's principle, what is there? The acetate common excess ions. Now these excess common acetate ions shifts the equilibrium of weak acid, that is CH3COOH, to left. That means this ionization shift to left, that is acetic acid is more and more calm, and again there is the formation of this weak acetic acid, and dissociation of acetic acid gets suppressed due to that. Already it is less ionized, but addition of this common ion into that salt, there are excess of common ion, and due to that the dissociation of acetic acid gets suppressed according to the Le Chatelet's principle. So due to the presence of the strong electrolyte CH3CONA containing the common ion acetate ion, the dissociation of weak acid acetic acid gets suppressed due to the addition of the strong electrolyte into that is the CH3CONA. Due to the common ion effect, the dissociation of acetic acid get decreased and the equilibrium shift to the left, that means undissociated acetic acid form there, and in this way this is due to the common ion effect. Now see the next topic, common ion effect and solubility of the sparingly soluble salt. Now this common ion effect also affects the solubility of the sparingly soluble salt. What are the sparingly soluble salt? Very less soluble salt, such as silver halides, AgCl, AgI, AgBr. These are the silver halides and they are the sparingly soluble salt. And if we add into that such, that is the strong electrolyte which contain one one of the common ion, what happened? Their solubility again get suppressed. Now that is the common ion effect and solubility. Now presence of common ions also affects the solubility of the sparingly soluble salt. For example, consider the solubility equilibrium of AgCl, silver chloride. Now it ionizes as there are the double-headed arrow, it is sparingly soluble salt, that means very less soluble. So AgCl solid gives Ag plus aqueous plus Cl minus aqueous. Then the KSP solubility product is given as concentration of Ag plus into concentration of Cl. Suppose silver nitrate is added to the solution of silver chloride. What happened? Here in the silver nitrate is the strong electrolyte. Now there is the common silver ions are there, and the concentration of silver ions are maximum as this is the strong electrolyte. Again these silver ions which are in excess reacts with this chloride ion and they again form the AgCl. That means here also equilibrium shift to the left hand side due to the common excess of Ag plus ion according to the Le Chatelier's principle. As the concentration of Ag plus ion increases here, the equilibrium shift to the left side and this sparingly soluble salt becomes more and more sparingly again. That means more and more that is less soluble. That means their dissociation of this or ionization of this sparingly soluble salt get suppressed due to the common ion effect by addition of the strong electrolytes such as AgNO3 into that, due to which there is the one common ion and which suppresses again the dissociation of that sparingly soluble salt by shifting the equilibrium to the left hand side. Now let us learn what is again given into that. Now first you take the screenshot. Now pay attention students again on the blackboard. Now see here the salt silver nitrate being a strong electrolyte. It dissociates completely as it is strong electrolyte. It dissociates completely into the solution as AgNO3 solid gives Ag plus aqueous plus NO3 minus aqueous. Now here the Ag plus ions are the common ions which are in excess. Now this Ag plus ion reacts with the Cl minus ion of that AgCl and again there is the formation of silver chloride, that is silver chloride get precipitated due to the Le Chatelier's principle. As the concentration of this Ag plus ion increases in the right hand side, the equilibrium shift to the left hand side and the dissociation of that sparingly soluble salt AgCl becomes less and less, that gets suppressed, and in this way due to the common ion effect the dissociation of the sparingly soluble compound get suppressed in the solution. So the concentration of Ag plus ion increases. So according to the Le Chatelier's principle, equilibrium of dissociation of AgCl shift to the left hand side and AgCl gets precipitated and thus the solubility of sparingly soluble compound decreases or suppressed due to the presence of common ions in the solution. Now this is the about the common ion effect. Now so this is the end of the chapter again students. Now if you understand the common ion effect in a very clearly and again the numericals, then you like, share and subscribe this video so as the maximum students can take the benefit, they get the advantage of this video and they can write down their answers confidently into the examination. Thank you for watching this. Now you can take the screenshot and write down the notes in a beautiful handwriting. Thank you.